are you?
I'm Kirsty Shay. I started EG in 2013, finished when I was retired after Rio, 2017. Currently play for Bowden and miss EG still to this day, and it's quite fitting actually that this is my last away game and it is at EG, so sad, happy memories as well at the same time.
Nice. Good pitch. It's a good pitch, no?
Yeah, good pitch. Shame about the result though, isn't it?
But you had your moment, you had shootout opportunity, you could have made it, you could have finished.
I know.
Never mind. Let the youngster have their moment.
Prevail. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, shall I introduce myself?
Yeah.
So Sophie Bray, been at EG since 2014-2015 season, couple of years away playing abroad. But yeah, apart from that, been playing here for a few years. Obviously, almost the last home game, last match next week. So yeah.
And now we, I suppose when I started back in 2014, the whole vision, 2013, for us the vision about the club was literally all about the men and the women going to Europe, and you've got your opportunity now as well, which is amazing. Next week.
It's crazy. It's really crazy to think how far the club has come and how many people have been involved into where the team are now, and the opportunity that we have next weekend to go and wear the EG kit in the highest, they say the world's best club competition. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of hard work from many people, many players to get there. So we're the lucky ones next week that get to play in it. Yeah,
exactly. And 10 years as well, isn't it? I mean, it seems so long ago. But I do remember, obviously, sitting on the initial kind of meetings of where we wanted to be, and I think the firstly was getting out of the Eastern League, and it was so hard to get out of that league, wasn't it? In terms of every game mattered, the competition was so high with Holcombe, and I mean everybody. To be fair, the East League was really strong, wasn't it?
100%. I actually think it's the toughest competition in women's hockey in this country to play in. I think that league, as you say, is so strong. And I remember the season 2014-2015 when we did get promoted, you have to win every single game. Every game is the cup final, and every team is trying to ruin your season, and you have to be on it every single week throughout the whole season. So I remember it was probably the most pressurised season I've actually probably played in for the club, I would say.
Yeah, I would say exactly, and I think it was the most rewarding season as well, actually getting up. One for the club, one for ourselves, because obviously we wanted it so much. And just, I think the journey, like where we'd come from and where we were at that moment in time, and even the whole playoff situation. I think was it the first game we lost to Buckingham? I think it was split in off-site somewhere.
Yeah, we were up in Cannock, so we had a long journey up, and I remember it being Mary taking me up. So the coach, Mary Booth, I'd got a lift with her, and I remember the longest trip back, because you're then realising you've got a big uphill battle the following weekend, right? 2 top teams, it was, I think, Slough and Wakefield. And you know you lose that game against Slough and it's game over, right?
I think it was probably the best thing that happened to us as well, because it almost gave us, we had to just go for it, and we couldn't even think about it. We just had to literally bin it, focus on what we needed to do and just go and play freely. I think that's definitely what we did. I think we came out raring, smashed Slough.
Yeah, it was 6-1, and that's actually one of the games I remember so clearly. Like, everything just seemed to fall for us. Every shot on goal was backboard, sideboard, goal, and it was just like,
boom, boom,
I think we surprised
boom.
ourselves when it was like, 4-1, 5-1, and then 6-1. But yeah, it could have been very different. Looking back, that game could have been so different, because Slough were a super hard side to play against.
Yeah, solid, really physical as well. And I think at the time we had quite a few youngsters who were quite sly, and they just stepped up and they just performed really well. So that was like, they got it in the neck off the back of the Buckingham game, and wasn't it? And then it was on to Wakefield, a northern team who maybe weren't as good, technically and on paper, but actually everything, when you're in finals position, everything goes out the window anyway. They had Sally Walton,
Yeah.
drag flicking and just solid defensively. So we knew we were going to get a game on that game, didn't we?
Yeah, and I remember, to be fair, I remember it being close, and whether there was a time that I think we kept on getting ahead, but then they would pin us back. And there was a time, I think, when it was 2-2, and you could hear the scores coming in from the other pitch.
Yeah, that's right.
Because obviously you're not meant to, but you can't help but know that if the result on the other pitch goes your way, our result, a draw, was good enough.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing, and then you're hearing that actually we need to win. So it was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was stressful. It was stressful, but yeah, I mean, when that final whistle went, it's, I guess, the biggest sense of relief as well. Like.
Yeah, and just so I think it was one of the. It was just.
Do you remember
really
that photo? I've still got that photo.
Yeah.
Printed out. Actually, we were on the pitch, supporters
Everybody's
as well.
supporters.
Yeah.
I think it was Becky Duggan's little girl.
Yeah.
Lila.
Yeah. Lila was there.
She was there at the bottom. Yeah, it was a great day for the club. Great day, and I even think like the things that were going against us as well. When we stayed down in London, we stayed in this big Airbnb. And the night before the final, we didn't even get any sleep. It was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Music was playing. We were complaining. Oh God, it was a nightmare. But yeah, we overcame it, and it was a great day for the club, because then it was okay. Well, what's next? Let's rebuild.
Yeah, and I think you kind of know at the back of your mind, the club was ready for the Premier League.
Yeah.
It was just a case of getting over the hurdle of that Conference East and then the playoffs. And I think we all knew once we were there, it wouldn't be a case of that we'd be straight back down. I think we knew that we'd had the players, the group, the management to actually then kick on into the Premier League. So I think it was that kind of excitement of like, right, this is the next chapter now. And you look now where the club has been the last 7 years since that. Yeah. And, we've been lucky that we have finished in that top 6, and then recently those first and second spots, which has given us the opportunity to play in Europe outdoors, which has been a great experience.